You can only do it. Yes, yes, you do. Thanks. Hello. Hello there. This is Stella Lillig Open Studio. Today, or tonight, I'm gonna be talking about my artwork. So this first part of the video is gonna be with no voice, but I'm gonna be talking about different pieces from different years, different times of my work, and I hope you like. This is gonna be a long video without music in the background, but I hope you enjoy it, and if you feel inspired and if you think these videos are really making you feel optimistic or happier, please send me thumbs up. That would be super nice, and also subscribe. That would be helping my channel. Okay, with that said, now I'm gonna just let the video run.
Looks like this. That is not
and
clear. Is it the camera?
Enjoy.
I think it
Enjoy.
could be a camera. Alright, better. I think. Yes. Hello. So the people that know my work from a long time, they know, or they probably recognize this work, which is faces. But if you can see, also there is the geometric form, and in most of my pieces is squares, which is symbolize in a way a tunnel, or if you make a little square in here and you add all the points together and you go inside of a pyramid, that's what you will see. This is gonna be very strange, but you know, I'm an artist, and that's actually what happened once when I start working on just squares. You can say that I'm obsessed in a good way with squares. The reason is I was in a space, I'm sure it's a dream. It was a very vivid dream. So I was laying down in some sort of thing. It wasn't a bed because it was kind of like made of concrete, but it wasn't also a grave or anything like that. I hope so. It was a dream, so could be anything, but what I remember, it wasn't. But I looked up, and that's what I saw. This, but obviously it was all the points together, and it looked like I was inside of a pyramid. Go figure, that is true. And since then I am obsessed with this shape, and you will see it in mostly of my entire collection of works. And the faces, it's because I love human face. It could be any face. It doesn't mean that I am having any connection with the person. Sometimes I don't know the person, I just want to work on the face on some of my pieces, and this one is always the last layer. Sometimes when I have this space and the ventilation, I use oil. The last piece and the last layer is oil. Normally when I have the space in the the ventilation, I don't want to become like some artists that you can get in some situations when you breathe the fumes, you know, the fumes. Anyway, I just wanted to show you this. I have another one, which is I can show you. I can just switch this piece pretty easy, and that one is not frame. This one has frame, and by the way, the frame, it is on concrete, but it's not like concrete only. It's just I use concrete to cover the wood, and for some reason it makes them very resistant to a lot of things. Okay, so I'm gonna change the piece really quick. I have another one that I like to introduce you, and it's the same. This is the same collection of faces. It has the same size. This is a 24 by, I like to say 24 by 30. Let me bring the other one. I don't know if you recognize this face, but I just use pieces, faces that I found interesting. Oh no, this is too high. Let me just put it like this. It's just I like to work with faces. Some of the faces are from people that I know mostly, and some people like they're successful in the arts and so on. So as you can see, this piece also has the squares, but they look similar, but they're not the same. So this is another one, and it doesn't have the frame yet. These pieces are really old. I mean, I worked on them like long time, but the one that I showed you before, I didn't have any face on there, and recently I met some really nice person that let me, work on her face, which that was very nice. You can see, I think this is too high also. My easel. See, this is a long, very unusual for me to work on long pieces like this. This one is not that recent either, but as you can see, my palette is similar. I like medium orange, and I use a lot of marks for black, and also all the purple colors with white lines, and you can say that is my signature. This is a really amazing pieces. This one here has concrete. I use concrete sometimes in pieces. So it's pretty interesting. I don't know if you can see some texture from there, maybe. How about that? Okay, I'll be back. Now I'm gonna tell you what I do in my open studios on Friday. What I do many times is I show how to stretch the canvas, how to gesso it, and how to make pieces. This is just my work, but it's free to the people that want to be in the video, or they just watch to use their own technique, or I just want to be some sort of inspiration, if I might say that. So this piece is recent, and I was working in other piece, and then I cut it, means just a little accident. So I use this canvas because I like to be sustainable. So I reuse a lot of my materials, and sometimes it's I gotta be honest with you, I don't have a lot of resources, so I reuse it again. Like I'm sure many painters in the past and now they do. So I reuse canvases or even the frames, you know. This one I reuse, and so this is all like sustainable. I like to call it sustainable because I do like taking care of the environment in that way. So I don't, if I use tape, which I always use, you saw my video previously, I use a lot of tape. So I try to reuse the tape until it doesn't have any glue, I guess. And it works just to my supplies last longer, which is great, and I do feel like I contribute to the environment, which made me feel extremely happy. And this piece is also recent, and I don't know if you can see here, I like to experiment with different material. This is charcoal. It's actually, and I mix it with like acrylic, and I paint, but it didn't work that well. It didn't stick well, so that's why I decided to just work on this specific little canvas. And that's that for this piece. Really think it's beautiful. You can see the grays. I hope you can guys see. Maybe not that perfect. I can see me in another video right there, so I can see that the resolution is not the best, but you can see pretty good amount of detail, and not everything. So these pieces are very better in person, so if you would like to come to my studio, feel free. And I just have to take one person or two persons at a time, not many people. The place is not large. I still have this piece, and I think it's gorgeous, even though it's probably not what I do now, but I just wanted to show you. This piece I made, and well, I made in different years, but it was done in New York City in 2004. But this one, I'm sure I started it was like 2000. So this piece, let me introduce to you. This is Sophie, a cat, and this is another cat that I used to, it was my kitty, and she was Armin. So Sophie is an interesting story. See, this is totally different of what I do, but I think this piece deserves a little bit of stays. Deserves a little bit of introduction. So you can see there's a lot of texture, and the color. I worked with a lot of numbers before, but now I just do numbers by the binary code only. So 78. I don't know why I have some pieces with the number 78. I think it's because 78 was a year that was born in 68. Not that you would like to know that, but so in 78 I was 10. So I guess I had a really happy infance, childhood, I had a really happy, so I remember my uncles and all the family. It was a big family when I was growing up. So 78 probably is that memory that I get from those happy days. Then I mixed all those feelings with what was happening at that moment. That moment I was living in the Midwest in United States, and I owned this cat. Her name was Ermin. So what the piece means is something interesting that happened to me. Maybe it was all just in my imagination, but I give myself credit because I noticed. So I have to have that imagination. That was in my imagination. It was awesome. So this was a cat that I used to go, walk from wherever I was out working or doing other things. And when I come home, I live in this building downtown, and it was a really old building, very beautiful. I don't remember the name of the building, but it was amazing, very old in downtown. And this cat used to just sit there on the window, just taking the sun. I guess it was a white, gorgeous, like puffy cat with blue eyes, and just sat there. Every time I was coming to the building, I saw the cat there, and I thought it was gorgeous. Then that happened for many months. So my cat, this Ermin, used to, when I opened the door of my apartment, she used to run. I was in the same floor, but in different positions. So the cat used to run to the door of this apartment where this kitty should be, they have the kitty. So I thought my cat really want to meet this cat. Maybe they smell each other or something, I don't know. Cats, and that happens for many months until one day I met the person of that apartment. I'm social, but I just don't get into people business. I go to my place, I close the door and blah blah. But someday I met the person that in the apartment. So I was having this conversation. She was a very nice person. So I was like, my cat always, when I open the door, she always wanted to go and see your cat. And then this is what happened. It was she said, a cat? I don't really have a cat. And I was like, yeah, the white, puffy, gorgeous kitty with the blue eyes. He said, no, I don't have a cat. And my cat wanted to go in there. I'm like, this is strange, what's going on? And I was like, but she said, then she kind of stopped. And then she said but I used to have a cat, and it was just the same cat that you describing. I was like, huh? And I was like, what? I guess I could see her cat. I don't know what was that. It was amazing. That's all I know. So the cat stood in my mind. I was like, how is it possible? I didn't even know this person, and she didn't have a cat, but the cat that I saw was the cat that she used to have. I'm like, is that a ghost of the cat? Huh? So that's why it has this color. It's great because apparently to me that's how the ghost of the kitty. She was gorgeous. So that animal was beautiful. So I have to paint Sophie and Ermi, my cat. This is the name of this piece. Sophie and Ermi. That's the story. This is an old piece. I love to keep it forever, but I'm always like into the subject of love, even though love is a complicated subject and some people don't believe in it. I do believe in love. Love is everything. This piece, I don't like to see my pieces crooked on camera. Crooked. Wait. Correct. But this piece is a 19 by 19 hand stretched canvas. I worked on this piece in 2014 for one exhibition that I had. This is called Love, and if you can see, probably not that well, and the texture that you see there is the binary code, and it actually says love in binary code, and it's kind of like hiding with the texture and the colors. I'm no Da Vinci. I can't do all that, coding behind the pieces, but I can do this. And he's Da Vinci and I'm Lillig, so two different artists. Of course, I'm not pretending to be the same, but we have the same creative mind. That's where I put it. What about these pieces? The only thing that I can say about these pieces are they are about love, and there's 3 different pieces, and the way I like to set the installation is like one with the red. I have 2 red and black, and the other one is blue, totally and absolutely different. So it really like comes, when you see the size is not that large. It's at 19 by 19, but when you see the 3 of them in one installation, you always happen to bring your eyes to the mural, and then you obviously go to the other pieces because they're beautiful to see. Let me bring the other 2 pieces, and notice the location of this square right here, and if you notice as well, it's only one little square, but it's different, but it's similar to my other works. And let me bring the other 2, so you're gonna notice the difference. See, notice the square in there, and then it's gonna look similar. Notice that it's similar but different. It's the same size. This texture right here is concrete, and inside it is acrylics with like about 20 or 25 layers of history in this work. The square is larger, as you can see, and I'm gonna go for the one that always goes in the middle of these 2 pieces. So in all of them they're called love. I think this piece is in my this piece is in my in the presentation, my profile on YouTube is this one, but it's on obviously close up. This is the one that always goes in the center, and then the 2 other ones go on the side, so people always go straight to look at this one piece. It is I just like to see also the people expressions when they look at the work. I think my work inspired a lot of like optimism, which is great because it's very hard to keep yourself optimistic 100% 24/7. So I think my work bring that to many of the viewers. So so you know. I wish I have my conversation. Somebody asked me questions, so I can tell you more. But then I will have to go to the typing part, and I'm just not the greatest typer. I'm good with the mouse. I can do a lot of websites and work with graphics and use Adobe because I love Adobe. Now I'm using different programs for graphic design and manipulate images. I really enjoy that work as well. That's the second thing juicy for me to do. And everything that you see, all the websites, probably not perfect ones because as you can tell, my language is not my first, English is not my first language. So I speak Spanish primarily, but I like to make everything in English. That's how I keep myself learning. And my brain actually likes to use different languages. I also like Italian and a little bit of French. I just not that good because you need to practice. But I understand Italian and I understand a lot of French people when they speak. Only when they go too fast, and then obviously I get lost. But mostly when they say some words, I go like, oh, see. Anyway, so what time is it? It's only 1:20, and we still have some hours to go. So I'm gonna let video run. Welcome to Stella Lillig Studio. Today we're gonna learn how to create a mini lily. We are going to need some supplies and materials, so get ready and write your list if you like to make some of your own, or you just want to make a little mini lily for yourself. We need canvas. The size is up to you. I'm using 5x5. Tape is what we're gonna need. We are needing X-Acto knife. Well, I'm gonna choose the green one in this case. We are needing Sharpies. Sometimes I use Sharpies. Oh, also we need oil pencils and obviously brushes and water. We always use water to rinse out those brushes. And I also, lastly, palette knives. Here, this is how we make a 5x5 mini lily. It's a miniature. I use and normally pre-use tape, and I like to tape all the four sides, and the reason is I want a little bit of extra space so you can write things in there. So here we go. I tape one side, then the other side. This is all used tape because I like to be sustainable, and I use the tape until I can't use it anymore. That is the other side, and you can see I just leave like about half an inch space. It's hard to tell with this because it's already painting there, but that's what I do. And the last side of the square is again half inch and a half. Now with a brush we use that's like glue varnished just in the edge between the tape and the canvas, so when you apply the acrylic, then the acrylic won't bleed. Sometimes because I reuse my tape, it doesn't really work that well, but if you use some fresh tape, it might work pretty nicely. There you go. Then we wait for this little varnish to dry, and then we will be ready to apply acrylic here. This is where I say go and check more Stella Lillig at Stella Lillig. For this painting I use green aquamarine, then a very light blue, which that's the one that I'm using now. Then I will go for darker blue, and as you can see is black at the end, so it's 4 different colors in this little piece. And then last but not least is gonna be the layers with the white. You'll see we gotta wait for this guy to dry it a little bit so we can apply that. While we wait, I would like to introduce you the mini lilacs. These are a series, well, this is a new collection, the mini lilacs, and these are inspired by the most unstoppable and mysterious force called love. And the mini series, or the series, are the series of Love is Love. And all these little pieces are, all these little pieces are for sale on my website, which is www.stellalillig.com. You can go to the Facebook. My name is Stella Lillig, aka Stella Open Studio, and you can feel free to buy them, or if you read more about my work and my process, maybe you feel that you could also contribute as a donation, and I will send you one print. In each donation we get a free print. But these guys, the mini lilacs, are originals. If you want to buy them, they're original, and it's just one of the kind, only one. So there you are. I have the green Love is Love mini lilac, and then the one with the extra texture, which that one I was just doing a different texture, and I used the concrete with acrylics, and it's green with a lot of these pieces have a lot of layers, like the oversized ones. They are beautiful, but remember, it's all
because love is love. So that's the inspiration of these little pieces. So if you want to purchase them, they're ready to purchase on the website, and my social media on Facebook. Here, if you want to see more, please go to @Stella Lillig, and you will see different things, not only the mini lilacs. There is the oversized pieces and the portraits pieces, which is the next subject here. While we wait for the little piece to dry, this is another project that I've been working on for many years, and it's the faces. They look very 70s. I like to give them that, finished. So this face is a really recent face, a very nice lady that I met, and I felt inspired, took the pictures, because I feel more inspired when I take pictures and I can capture the person. So this is one another project, and you can see more in my website if you go back there. It dried, so now I'm applying the layer with the tape, and it goes in all the four sides. So we start with one. And by the way, if you have any questions, please leave the comments below. Any questions? Here is the piece already done, and there is again the mini lilacs, but these are just the pieces that I have in the photos that I have in the website. Yes, it's all about love, and love is love. So that inspires me always. Again, if you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. We will be appreciating that. And this is almost the end of the video, so thank you so much. Please see more at Stella Lillig, and if you want to watch more videos in my YouTube, there's that, and I will see you in my next video. We're gonna try to do more videos with Premiere Rush. Thank you, and have a good day. Goodbye. When I frame, this is 209. Interesting. When I frame them, I just make them look all the same. And that's the name and the specific dimensions and the signatures on the back. Okay, let me move this out of the way. Yeah, this is interesting. I have more walls and I have other pieces on the other side, but I thought just for these 2 days as well, I would like just to be here and just tell you piece by piece. The pieces that I chose are like the most strong ones. I got quotation marks because there are so many that are very strong ones from different years. Let's go for this one. I'm gonna tell you what I did with this. Yeah, I know everything looks like upwards because the camera has the mirror effect, and it is a camera that I can now have settings. For some reason it doesn't have settings, so I have the mirror effect, meaning that everything looks in the other way. Here, this is
a piece that I worked on 2014. The name of the piece is, as you can see in there, it says I Want Candy. And this piece I work on 4 12 by 12 canvases, and I put them together and I glue them, and then I staple them, and they look they're very well glued, so it looks almost like I did this in purpose, like the line between canvas and canvas. It is interesting the way sometimes I just get what I can tell you about this piece. This piece is about me wanting something. I don't really eat candy, so this is for I listened before when I was working in some pieces. I used to listen to a lot of the 60s music. So there's one song that says I want candy, and pretty much you can say that that's the inspiration for this piece. Many times the inspiration of my works, are music, are people, are situations that I get into, like being in the train truck. That's gonna be a painting, and having the bird here is gonna be another painting, and so on. What else I can tell you about this piece? This piece I really think is beautiful. I wanted to show you the back of the piece, because when I work in pieces that I like putting together, like a puzzle, I want them to look perfect. They will never look perfect, but that's my idea. So I spend a lot of time. No, actually not a lot of time. I'm pretty quick doing these things. Very handy. So, well, this one is gonna be a little sloppy on the back, but I'll give you the idea. I bought this canvas, this glue that apparently is very strong. It's stronger than anything. And I bought it, and then I apply the glue between the two, and I staple it. This is Jewish. My family has some Jewish background, and I used to carry this with me all over. I'm not religious, but my parents are, so my mother said that this is a good thing to have about them, so I just keep it there. Anyway, this one is called I Want Candy, and I went through all the trouble to get 4 canvases and make it this way. It looks pretty close. I think I put like those clumps in here, and I press it really hard so it look almost like it's one piece. Oh, I can say that I am a little obsessed. Yeah. What else I can tell you about this piece? Well, this piece is for sale, and if you like it, please let me know. Any of those pieces that I have shown you, they're for sale. I do also offer my services of commissions, and when I do commissions, I'm very the person that will listen to you until I really totally and absolutely understand what you want, and then the final product is awesome. I always have persons that I make collaborations or commissions for, their like for the finished work. Once there is this person that he wants a car in the painting with all the texture and everything. I was like, wow, I really think I can handle that. So I did. It was an oversized piece. I think it was a 4 by 5 by 4 or 4 by 5, pretty much. So it was a very interesting project. As you I like using this is pretty like just in my works. You will see sometimes, not always. I work with stencils and I do this, write messages. Lately I just like writing the message in like binary code, because we have to have messages in pieces. Some artists have different sort of way to express their messages and express themselves. I do with stencils and binary code. I'm gonna leave the wall a little naked for now. This piece is about Broadway. The year is 2010. Okay. This piece is 2010. The name of this piece is Broadway, as you can see. And I remember once I was in the train station, and this is what I saw when I go to the train. You know, these are like the train tracks, and that's the tunnel that you go. So that's how I got the inspiration for this piece, pretty much. It's red, it has yellow ochre and a lot of blue. And it was I started this piece, and there is this person that she was my one of my supporters, and this piece, if it has many layers, and the beginning of the layer says the joy of dance, and the joy of dance was the beginning of this piece, and dancing in Broadway, and everything goes together. But this piece was about I was inspired by that person that supports my work so much for many years, until she passed this year on April. Yeah, she's still here, but she's not here. And so this is one of the many pieces that I was inspired by her. She has many of my works. She has her face is in many of the pieces. I made paintings of her cats, and she's a very amazing friend and a lovely person. So she's always in my heart, and she will always will. And many of my works are about that exchange of energy that we always had. I just met her. We met her
we met online, and she came from her place to visit New York because she was in New York because she had family also already here, but she came to see me, and we met in person, and we exchanged a really nice friendship with, you know, the husband, also a very amazing person. So this piece is about Joy, and she's awesome. She loved dancing and all this, so I felt great just to paint about Joy. That's her name, Joy. So I paint over Joy, but if you get closer to the work, then you might see that it says Joy of Dance in the background. That one is in white, so you can still see, but there is so many all over that you probably have to have like x-rays or something to see all the pieces, all the layers. And I haven't seen this piece in so long. It is impressive. Thank you everybody for being tonight in Stella Lillig Open Studio. And that's all for today. And remember, please, tomorrow I'm gonna have 6 hours open studio. So I will see you tomorrow and the day after. Bye now.